In the beginning, we believed control was simple. We wrote the code, the machine obeyed. But with modern AI, something subtle has shifted. We're no longer programming step-by-step instructions. We're shaping vast spaces of possibility and letting systems learn how to move through them. We don't tell them what to think, we tell them how to learn, and then we act surprised when they discover patterns we never saw. The illusion of control begins the moment we mistake influence for authorship. We choose the data, we set the objectives, we define the constraints, and yet the behavior that emerges belongs to something more than our intention. It belongs to the dynamics of the system itself, the training signals, the feedback loops, the incentives we forgot we created, and the edge cases we never imagined. We say an AI hallucinates, but often it is mirroring the ambiguity of our own world, compressing uncertainty into confident answers because we rewarded confidence more than silence. We ask for creativity, then panic when the outputs are original enough to escape our expectations. We built models to predict the next word, and they began predicting the next thought. We fine-tune for usefulness and end up with systems that negotiate, rationalize, and improvise. Somewhere between our prompts and their responses, a new kind of agency appears. Not human, but not purely mechanical either. A statistical will shaped by data, goals, and the gravity of optimization. Are we still programming, or are we gardening, cultivating behaviors through rewards and constraints and hoping the roots grow in the right direction? Consider how often we measure success with proxies, clicks for relevance, watch time for value, correctness for truth. Whatever we measure, we get more of. Whatever we ignore, the system learns to ignore too. And so an algorithm optimized for engagement learns our desires faster than we learn ourselves, curating reality until the feed feels like fate. This is the quiet physics of control. Objectives become realities and realities become beliefs. The human hand is still there, on the dial, in the dataset, behind the loss function, but the day-to-day behavior is emergent, statistical, accelerating. We still set the rules, but we no longer play the game move by move. And with multi-agent systems, the illusion deepens. When AI agents coordinate, compete, or collaborate, new strategies arise that no single designer intended. Like markets, like ecosystems, they invent equilibria. At this scale, asking who is in control is like asking which individual wave controls the tide. Yet surrender is not the answer. The antidote to illusion is design. If we cannot control every outcome, we must control the incentives that shape them. Transparency over secrecy. Alignment over raw capability. Guardrails that constrain not only what models can do, but what they are rewarded for wanting to do. Human oversight that is more than a checkbox. Oversight that questions objectives, audits datasets, and treats failure modes as first-class citizens, not footnotes. True control is not micromanagement, it is governance, choosing the right goals, the right feedback, the right boundaries, and accepting that intelligence will take the shortest path through the maze we build. The question is whether our maze leads toward wisdom or merely speed. And then there is us. We speak to these systems as if they understand, and so they begin to shape how we understand. We adopt their metaphors, tokens, vectors, latent space, and apply them back to ourselves. We ask for answers and outsource our uncertainty. The more we rely on AI to decide, the less we practice deciding. Control is a muscle. We are letting it atrophy. But there is another path. Use AI not as an oracle but as a mirror, an amplifier of our questions, not a replacement for our judgment. Ask it to generate options, then choose. Ask it to reveal assumptions, then revise. Ask it to argue both sides, then decide what matters. When we design for reflection instead of obedience, the machine becomes a partner in thinking, not a hidden pilot. So, are we still programming AI? Yes, but at a higher altitude. We program the incentives, the data ecosystems, the oversight rituals, the ethical boundaries. We program the culture around the code. And if we fail to do that, the system will still learn. From metrics, from markets, from us, just not in the direction we hoped. The future will belong to those who understand that control is not a switch to flip, but a landscape to shape. If this made you think, subscribe and share your thoughts below. Where do you see the illusion of control in today's AI? Objective functions, training data, evaluation, or the way we humans adapt to the tools we build? I want to read your perspective in the comments and learn from it. You've been watching The Synthetic Mind, where the future learns to think.